have the book, make sure it's there. Go to your local bookstore, but it's part of the cleanse. You have to have the information. The details are in here. You can go to the library and try to get it there if you can get it. I know the waiting list is long, so you're probably not going to do you much good. Make sure you have the book, though. Either one way or another, we're getting metals out of the body. It's starting tomorrow. This is the preliminary right here. We're going to be doing, we're prepping what you need, the whole bit. I'm pumped up. I'm excited about it, okay? So we're going to go into like do's and don'ts a little bit, what to prepare for, how to be ready. We're going to talk about why we get metals or where we get them, what they cause, the depression, the anxiety, the depersonalization, the Alzheimer's, the memory loss, the brain fog, right? All the different conditions people suffer with, all of them, autoimmune, metals play a role. Get the metals out. This is gonna be fun. Heavy Metal Detox Cleanse Challenge. You just got on here, watch the video from the beginning. I'm gonna post it on IG, and just watch it from the beginning. So, you guys, your healing stories, if you already healed from the Heavy Metal Detox Cleanse or the smoothie, which so many people around the world, millions of people are doing the Heavy Metal Detox Cleanse, okay? And the smoothie, right? If you've already healed or you're doing some healing, post your story. Hashtag Medical Medium and also tag at Medical Medium, both on Insta Story and both on your posts, so I could see it. If you don't do both, if you don't tag it, if you don't tag at Medical Medium and hashtag it as well, I won't be able to see it. So then I won't be able to post it, to repost it. So I'm letting you guys know. Medical Medium information is the first information, original and unique, to let the world know toxic heavy metals are behind brain fog, multiple sclerosis, ALS, anxiety, depression, depersonalization, bipolar, autism, ADHD, eczema, psoriasis, and more. That information is only Medical Medium. And millions of people around the world are getting their lives back with the Heavy Metal Detox Cleanse and the Heavy Metal Detox Smoothie. Are you guys pumped? We're doing 3 days starting tomorrow. The Heavy Metal Detox Cleanse is on. If you heard about metals causing those illnesses and conditions, it originates from Medical Medium. And I'm excited. We are here. Let's talk about the do's and don'ts. What do you need? You need the book. I just showed you right there. You need the frozen wild blueberries. If you guys are getting kicked off, I could see you're getting kicked off like big time. Like no one's even really allowed on IG lately to see this. So go to TikTok. See you're getting kicked off IG. Frozen wild blueberries. Right there. Gotta have them. If you can't find them, look, let's go to another option. If you can't find them, maybe get the wild blueberry powder. It's critical that they're wild blueberries. You can't do cultivated blueberries for the Heavy Metal Detox Cleanse. It's not going to happen. You're not going to get the metals out. You need the wild blueberry. So there's the Vimergy product, right, which is the wild blueberry powder. I'm not sponsored. It's just the best stuff if you don't have the option, right? Try to get the frozen wild blueberries if you can in your stores in the freezer section. If you don't, you've got the wild blueberry powder option. Another option is the wild blueberry juice. That's what I've been doing. That's what I put in my Heavy Metal Detox Smoothie along with the wild blueberries and the Vimergy powder. I put the juice, the shop.wymans.com. I am working with these guys on this product though at Wymans. This is incredible. I'm trying to make sure this product never goes away. This is an incredible product. So Doreen says, the Heavy Metal Detox Cleanse healed depersonalization. Incredible. Post your story. Do hashtag Medical Medium so other people, hashtag Medical Medium and at Medical Medium, right? And tag at Medical Medium. So I can repost on an Insta story or repost the post. Please, we want to get the message out there about people healing with the Heavy Metal Detox Smoothie. So let's go over the history a little bit before we go into everything. History is, around the world, millions are using the Heavy Metal Detox Cleanse, and they're healing. It's incredible what's happening right now. And if you want to be part of that, and you want to heal something, if you want to get better, this is an avenue to do it. So I'm really excited about this. If you're the first time and you're saying, what is this? This is the Heavy Metal Detox Cleanse Challenge. It's in Cleanse to Heal. It's on page 179. Got to have the book and the details, and I'm going to go through the 3-day challenge with you guys. I am excited. All right, let's get into it a little bit. So Things you need. Let's get there. Frozen wild blueberries. Or a wild blueberry product. A wild blueberry product. Next thing you need. Barley grass juice powder. Not barley grass. It's not going to work. You got to have barley grass juice powder. Okay, that's the Vimergy one, the best one out there. Cilantro. You need your fresh cilantro. Gotta have it. This is preparation, you guys. I'm not doing the cleanse today. This is preparation. It's getting you ready for the 3-day challenge coming up. If you just got on here. If you guys just got on here, please watch this from the beginning if you can. Okay? Details matter. Barley grass won't do it. It's barley grass juice powder. Details matter. Fresh cilantro does it. Not dried cilantro. Atlantic Dulse. If you can't get the Atlantic Dulse, you can still do the cleanse without it. If you can't get the Atlantic Dulse, you can still do the cleanse without it. But you got to have at least these other things. Spirulina. That's critical. Critical for the heavy metal detox cleanse. That's the Vimergy spirulina. It's the best one out there. It's one I use for friends and family. I'm not sponsored by these guys, but it's the best one out there. Okay? You can't do chlorella. Chlorella is bad. So bad. Doesn't get metals out, number one. It's misinformation out there. So it's spirulina that gets the metals out. And radiation out too. Okay? So TikTok said alkaline water? No, alkaline water doesn't get toxic heavy metals out. Alkaline water from ionizer water machines gives you toxic heavy metals. There's metal plates in the machine. You get toxic heavy metal poisoning from those over time. Are you kidding? Yeah. Stay on track. So alkaline water is not in the heavy metal detox cleanse or detox smoothie. That's why it's important. See, that's why I have to say, if you don't have the book and you're not reading about the cleanse on page 179, we're doing a 3-day cleanse challenge starting tomorrow. I'm excited, you guys. Let's talk about other things you need. You need your celery for your celery juice. This is the heavy metal detox cleanse. Need your celery. Critical. Okay? Celery has to be there. You need your lemon water. You need your lemon water. People who don't like the taste of cilantro are high in toxic heavy metals, by the way. Just for the record. You need your lemon water. It's part of the cleanse, okay? Other options, right? But you need your apples too, though. Apples are part of the cleanse. Where's your apples? They don't go in the smoothie. You'll see. It's not in the smoothie, but the apples are part of the cleanse. Guys, I'm giving you all the different details of what to do here. You need your bananas. If you don't like bananas, you can do optional papaya, optional mango, or frozen mango. Frozen mango. Optional, okay? Oranges you need. If you don't like orange, you can use an optional coconut water or regular water if you don't want to do orange. Frozen cilantro, please explain if it doesn't work. If it's fresh when you froze it and you use it straight away when it's frozen, it can work partly. So I'm okay if that's what you have. If you have frozen cilantro, you took fresh cilantro like this and you froze it in your freezer and then you're using it, that can partly work. It's not perfect, but it can partly work. You can do that. That's not dried cilantro. You guys, if you just got on here, this is a very important announcement, critical announcement. We're talking about the Heavy Metal Detox Cleanse Challenge starts tomorrow. This is preparations. Answering a couple of questions, getting you guys ready, and talking about the things you need. First thing you need, you got to have the book, Cleanse to Heal. Amazon.com US, 51% off. Take advantage of it. It's $16.99. Heavy Metal Detox Cleanse is on page 179, and the details are in there. I'm offering the whole thing for free, to do the challenge for free. I'm not having everybody sign up and pay hundreds of dollars or $1,000 or $2,000 to do the cleanse challenge. I'm basically just saying, hey, let's do this for free. We're doing the cleanse challenge. Starts tomorrow, 3 days, but you do have to have the information, or how can you do it? Make sure you have the book. Order that right away if you can. Crazy Vegan says, our little human hated cilantro. Wow, after nearly 7 months, she is fine with it. So now we know why. Thank you. Oh, crazy. That's amazing. Crazy Vegan, incredible. Where can you get the book, Natalie? Amazon.com US. 51% off, $16.99. I always say it's an angelic price because it costs more to print the book. So it's like a miracle that Amazon did that and they priced the book that low. Go to a bookstore. You can go to Target. Go other places, it's out there. You can try to go into the library and grab a copy, but chances are the copies are taken out and you won't get one in time. So, but you can order it and get it right away. I'm pretty sure at least in time enough during the cleanse challenge. You guys, I'm going to go into where we get the metals in a little bit. We get the metals from copper. I'm going to drop the bomb on the copper thing. All the copper products are terrifying for you guys. Copper thermoses, copper mugs, copper jewelry, terrifying. You're just going to get sick down the road because of copper and copper poisoning. So it's not good for you. And that's one thing we're going to talk about a little bit. So if you just get on here, we got stuff to run by. Get stuff to run by you. So much important information, right? That's one piece right there. That's really important. Okay. Another thing is tattoo ink. There is no heavy metal free tattoo ink, you guys. Vegan tattoo ink is loaded in toxic heavy metals. There's no vegan tattoo ink out there now that exists that doesn't have toxic heavy metals in it. So if you have ink, fine, but let's get the metals out of your bloodstream. Let's get them out of your brain. Let's get them out of your organs, your liver. Let's get them out of your brain specifically. Okay? Roberta says, I heard if you supplement with zinc, you also have to supplement copper. That's misinformation. Total misinformation. Yeah, you supplement with copper and you can end up sick. So yeah, we have plenty of copper. We're overloaded with copper, both the trace mineral copper, because copper's in every food. Do you eat avocado? It's extremely high in copper. So you have plenty of copper. A little zinc can't take out your copper. It's misinformation and not true, too. Plus, it was made up. It was never proven by any science study or anything. Metals make tattoo ink pop. Listen to this. The reason why you see your tattoo ink, the reason why you actually see your tattoo ink, okay? The reason why you see it, right, on your arm, is because of the reflection of metal. They have to put toxic heavy metal in the tattoo ink. You can't have tattoo ink without toxic heavy metal or it won't pop. Light has to go into the skin and hit the metal in the ink to pop it back out so that it pops back out, okay? So you guys have to understand, that's how ink reflects. It reflects off of light. That's how it works. If your ink is in the dark with no light on your arm, it won't pop. It'll just be a smudge. But when you put it under light or the light of day or the light inside your house, it pops because of the toxic heavy metals in the ink. Vegan, non-toxic ink is loaded with metals. All vegan ink is metals. It's all metals. But see, you don't know, and you got all that ink in your body, which is fine. I'm not shaming anybody for tattoo ink. Tattoo ink's fine if that's what you like. What I'm doing is I'm talking about where we get the metals, and that's the big one right now. That's the big one that's going to be the Alzheimer's of the day for down the road for all the 20-year-olds now. That's going to be all the brain fog, the depersonalization, the anxiety, the depression. It's going to be the ink that everybody's addicted in getting. So what I'm saying is you can have your ink and eat it too. Because what that means is you can have your cake and eat it too. You still want your ink? Have your ink, but let's get the metals out of your brain from your ink. So that's what we're talking about. If you guys just got on here, the next 3 days is the Heavy Metal Detox Cleanse Challenge. It's the next 3 days. Have your book, $16.99. Health with Liz, good to see you. $16.99. Amazon.com US, 51% off. Yep. Mandy says, so then your detox smoothie is going to remove the ink from tattoos? No. The heavy metal detox smoothie won't remove the ink. It will remove the metal that left your ink every day and got to your brain. It removes the metals that leach from your ink, your tattoo ink, that leach out of your tattoo ink, that enter your liver and your brain, and eventually bring you depression, anxiety, Alzheimer's, eczema, everything else under the sun. The detox cleanse helps to remove the ink, the metal that left the ink and already went into the bloodstream and got to your brain. It doesn't remove your tattoo, and that's good. So you can keep your tattoos, but get rid of the metals that leached out of your tattoos. Okay? The next 3 days, Heavy Metal Detox Cleanse Challenge. If you just got on, you guys, I'm excited about it. Starts tomorrow. You got to have your book and you got to have your supplies. Page 179 is the Heavy Metal Detox Cleanse. It's critical to have the book, number one, right? To do your homework. Okay? Next, you got to have your stuff. Your stuff, S-T-U-F-F. If you don't have your stuff, if you don't got your shit, you're not going to have your shit together. You got to have your stuff. All right? Yeah. You got to have your wild blueberries. That's your frozen wild blueberries. If you can't get your frozen wild blueberries, don't worry. You'll eventually get them, but you can get a wild blueberry product. There's the Vimergy wild blueberry powder. It's critical in the Heavy Metal Detox Cleanse. Or just try to get the wild blueberry juice, if that's the case. How long do you have to do the smoothie to see results? There's so many healing stories, so let's head into that. There's other things we need. You need your cilantro. You need your Atlantic Dulse. If you don't have your Atlantic Dulse, we can keep that one out if we have to. You need your spirulina, not chlorella. Spirulina. Chlorella doesn't remove metals. It never did, and it never will. Don't you guys love when you get screwed over? Because that's what they do to you. They tell you need chlorella, and you need charcoal, and you just get screwed over. You need bentonite clay. That doesn't remove anything. It's toxic and not good for you. Not good for you for a lot of reasons. I don't want to go into every detail, but I'm going to talk about every detail about it come the next 3 days. We're going to talk about all of that, why, and what the do's and don'ts, and what works, what doesn't work. Right? If you have toxic heavy metals in your bloodstream and you see it on a blood test, that's recent exposure. Old exposure isn't in your bloodstream. It's sitting inside your brain. It's in your organs, so you can't see the exposure through blood work. You guys, if you just got on here, watch this from the beginning when it's reposted. All this is important information. All of it. The next 3 days, we're doing the Heavy Metal Detox Cleanse Challenge. This is preliminary. Do you have your stuff? Do you have your stuff? Do you have your spirulina? That's the Vimergy. V as in Victor, IMERGY.com, Vimergy.com, the spirulina. Do you have your Barley Grass juice powder? I'm not sponsored by Vimergy. I just love the stuff. It's incredible. Do you have your Barley Grass juice powder? Do you have your cilantro? The details matter. Do you have your cilantro? Do you have your wild blueberries? What about zeolite? Zeolite doesn't remove toxic heavy metals out of the brain. It doesn't cross the blood-brain barrier. It doesn't remove them out of your liver. It doesn't remove them out of organs. Okay? Just so you know, it doesn't remove them out of organs. It's everybody's trying to sell some shit and then write off the medical medium's information all the time. So let's go into some of the details. Where do we get toxic heavy metals? That's one thing we're going to talk about, but we also have to talk about getting ready and having the stuff. I'm trying to juggle a bunch of different things and bringing comments and trying to get through this with you guys. So let's go. Do you have your cilantro? Do you have your spirulina? Do you have your barley grass juice powder? Do you have your frozen wild blueberries or wild blueberry product? Not cultivated blueberries. You won't be able to get the metals out with cultivated blueberries. You can't get the metals out. Okay? Really important to know. Do you have your celery? Celery juice is part of the Heavy Metal Detox Cleanse Challenge. The next 3 days. Do you have your celery? Do you have your bananas? If you're somebody that doesn't like bananas or you don't want bananas, it's part of the cleanse. But if you don't want them, then bring in papaya or bring in mango as alternative options. Okay? Oranges are in the cleanse, all right? Oranges are in the cleanse. But if you're somebody that doesn't like oranges, then you bring coconut water that's not pink or red. You bring coconut water in there. Okay? If you're somebody that's really toxic and you're sensitive because you've got a lot of metals, a lot of toxins and everything else, do a small dosage of the heavy metal detox smoothie. Do 4 ounces of it if you want, but just start working on it. Here's to talk about something else. Apples, right? Apples are part of the heavy metal detox cleanse. Apples. Okay? And we're going to go into detail when we're in this cleanse about everything it's doing for you, what it's doing, the whole bit. Okay. You don't mix everything in one shot. Everything isn't mixed in one shot. I'm going to talk about how you do the lemon water in the morning first thing, right? Then you do the celery juice 15 to 30 minutes after. Then you do the heavy metal detox smoothie 15 to 30 minutes after that. Then you have an apple or two later on in the morning before noon. You can have apples later on too if you want. But the apples are in there, and there's a reason why they're in there. Everything is specific. Details matter. The apples are to help take out any metals that are actually loosening up in the body, and the pectin and the pulp from the apples help to drive it out of the intestinal tract because the bile is pouring into your intestinal tract and the liver is spewing out metals. So when the liver's spewing out metals and they're being unearthed out of the liver and you're doing that healing and it's coming out, the bile ends up back into the intestinal tract and that fresh metal gets sopped up and pulled out by the apples. So you guys, we're live right now. We're live on TikTok, live on IG. We're getting everybody prepared for the next 3 days. Listen, you're healing stories. There's been thousands of them over the years, thousands upon thousands. Millions have been doing the heavy metal detox cleanse around the world. And results are happening for people. It's incredible. Depersonalization, Parkinson's disease, memory loss, Alzheimer's, brain fog, eczema, psoriasis, depression, anxiety, tic spasms, Tourette's, OCD, and that's just to name a few. Bipolar, that's just to name a few. Migraines, so many symptoms and conditions. Neurological Lyme helps people get better at neurological Lyme, multiple sclerosis, autoimmune diseases of all kinds. That's what the heavy metal detox cleanse does. We're doing a heavy metal detox cleanse challenge coming up for the next 3 days. You guys don't want to miss it. Have your book, have your homework ready. It's page 179 on Cleanse to Heal. The cleanse is for free. I'm doing it for free. And listen, if you just got on here, listen to this video from the beginning. Okay? If you just got on here, listen to the video from the beginning. You can't use cultivated blueberries, okay? You can't use cultivated blueberries. It's got to be the frozen wild blueberries or a wild blueberry product. That's the Vimergy wild blueberry powder right there. Vimergy, V as in Victor, I-M-E-R-G, what? There's the wild blueberry juice. That's a product you use. That's what I use too, right? You got to have your spirulina. Got to have that. Critical. That's the Vimergy spirulina. Barley grass juice powder. It's the Vimergy barley grass juice powder. Atlantic dulse. Don't have the Atlantic dulse. That's okay. But if you do, home run. Cilantro. It's important too. You don't want to use chlorella. It doesn't work. It's toxic. And it doesn't get metals out. It just doesn't get metals out. If you're told that, you've been tricked. If you're told that. How do you trust? Why trust me? Because it's already happened. The results have already happened around the world. This is a legendary cleanse, a legendary smoothie with the cleanse. It's the heavy metal detox smoothie and heavy metal detox cleanse. It's legendary for getting people better around the world. The results have already been proven over and over and over again. Just so you know. So, chlorella hasn't proven any results. It just hasn't. And people have barfed their guts out with chlorella. It's got bacteria. It's never tested. Chlorella is known to have bad bacteria in it. It's poisoned children. It's put children in hospitals because mommies didn't know chlorella is that bad. It's caused a lot of damage over a lot of decades. Chlorella doesn't work. Really important to know. So we're doing the heavy metal detox cleanse preliminary. We're getting ready for the next 3 days. I'm pumped, man. I'm pumped, you guys. Let's talk about where you get your metals. Tattoo ink, we talked about that earlier. If you just got on here and you're like, what about tattoo ink? Listen to the beginning of this video. Copper. Copper. Copper's behind eczema, psoriasis, and a lot of other conditions. Psoriatic arthritis is behind a lot of different conditions. Copper gets you in trouble. Copper thermoses, copper products, copper jewelry, copper clothes is bad. You will pay the price dearly when you're older from all that copper. You got to get the copper out of the body. You don't want the copper in the body. Tattoo ink has metals in it. Another reason why people get metal, it's all the cookware. It's all the cookware. Okay? Metals too, all the cookware. If you guys think that copper is good for you because you've been told that thousands of years ago they used it, okay? Just know that you've been misled. What happened is thousands of years ago, no one had running water in many different areas of the world. Many cultures didn't have clean running water, so they had to preserve rainwater. When it would rain, they would have to preserve the rain, and they would use copper vats. The reason why they used copper vats is because the copper poisoning from the copper container killed off a certain type of amoeba that caused dysentery. So it made the water partly drinkable. But I didn't know you guys have amoeba in all your water that you drink every day. You have got dangerous amoebas in your water? The point is you don't need to try to kill an amoeba with copper poisoning in order to drink the water anymore. Because what would happen is everybody else would drink the copper from the vats and they would slowly get copper poisoned and their skin would turn green. So if you're drinking out of your copper mugs every day because you're told it's a good idea, your skin will turn green down the road. It was a survival tactic to keep people alive with water back thousands of years ago, but they would die early from copper poisoning. It doesn't mean a survival tactic is good for you now. Just because it kept somebody from dying at age 25 with no water and it kept them alive to age 45 until they died of copper poisoning. You don't want to drink out of copperware, meaning like the copper thermoses, the copper mugs. You don't want to do all the copper clothes. And copper doesn't kill viruses and bacteria. It poisons a certain type of amoeba that causes dysentery. So don't get tricked by the copper BS that's happening out there. So important for you guys to know. What do you do if you have old copper pipes? And that's the whole point. We can't run from all the metal work. What do you do when you have tattoo ink? Everybody's got tattoo ink on there. They got all the scripture written on them. They got all the tattoo sleeves. They're inked everywhere. People got ink all over their face, their neck. They're getting metals in their brain. But everybody's still got to live. So you're doing the heavy metal detox smoothie. You're doing the heavy metal detox cleanse to get the metals out of your organs that your tattoo ink has been putting in. You get the metals out of your organs that your copper pipes are giving you. You see? That's the goal right there. And then, of course, big pharma. All the pharmaceuticals loaded with toxic heavy metals. Antibiotics got toxic heavy metals in them. Dental stuff has toxic heavy metals in them. All the different implants, right? Titanium implants. It doesn't mean you have to get your implants out. It just means you want to get the metals that are leaching from all the metal that we take. What about the fluoride treatments everybody got? What about all that? The fluoride treatments, right? We get metals all the time in us. It's then we can't run from it, but we're doing something about it. All the aluminum byproduct from the fluoride. What about all the cookware you eat in restaurants? Do you guys get your coffee out? Because your coffee all has toxic heavy metals in it from your tap water in the restaurants and city water in the restaurants. Sure, they purify it. Yeah, right. No, they don't. All the coffee shops, including the major ones and the chains, They all got toxic heavy metals in the water and everything you're getting in the food. What about scraping all the pots and pans in all the restaurants, all the grooves in all the pots and pans? You guys don't know about all the grooves in the bottom of all the pots in the restaurants? How much metal you guys ingest? Tons of it. I'm just covering some things that metal's in. Heavy metal detox for the rest of my life. Amy Batchelor. Good to see you, Amy. Amy Batchelor. You guys, we're talking about the next 3 days coming up is the Heavy Metal Detox Cleanse Challenge. People from around the world have healed from the Heavy Metal Detox Cleanse, Heavy Metal Detox smoothies. Okay? Post your healing stories so you can help others, inspire other people so they can heal. Post your healing stories, but you gotta hashtag medical medium and tag at medical medium in whether it's your stories or your posts, so I can see it, so that I can repost it. But you got to do both. You got to hashtag it and tag at medical medium. Edith says, I had a hard time finding wild blueberries last month when I was doing 369. Okay, let's talk about that. So they're in the middle of the harvest right now, just so you know. The wild blueberry harvest is on right now. They're harvesting wild blueberries right now, so you might be on that edge of it. Miranda Kerr in the house. I have the Heavy Metal Detox smoothie every day. Miranda, good to see you. Good friend of mine, dear friend of mine. Miranda Kerr's here tonight. She does the Heavy Metal Detox smoothie every single day. It's in her household. She has everybody on it. Good to see you, Miranda. Sagomi says, Heavy Metal Detox smoothie healed my anxieties and panic attacks. Wouldn't be without it. It's been healing people around the world. Miranda Kerr, good to see you. You're the best too. Thank you for being here. It's an honor to have you here. I'm excited. Miranda, I'm so pumped about the next 3 days, the Heavy Metal Detox Cleanse Challenge. I am so pumped. This is going to be incredible. Getting everybody ready. This is the preliminary talk. Getting everybody ready right now. The Heavy Metal Detox smoothie requires wild blueberry, not cultivated. Our whole family loves the Heavy Metal Detox smoothie. Miranda says, incredible. It requires the wild blueberry, not cultivated, you guys. Not the big cultivated blueberries. If you guys want to know something really incredible, this smoothie is legendary around the world. Millions of people drink it. It's known already to heal people around the world. Record results. Never seen before in our history of chronic illness. It's the catalyst of healing out there. It's incredible. There's copycats and imitators trying to create their own metal detox now because of the medical medium information. Because we didn't know metals were behind ADHD, autism, and that's all MM information for 35 years. No one knew metals were behind eczema and psoriasis and anxiety, depression. That's all published medical medium information. First original, unique from medical medium information. So now there's copycats, people doing metal stuff, people doing metal products, people doing whatever. Metals causing ALS is medical medium information. Multiple sclerosis, ALS, Alzheimer's, depression, anxiety, depersonalization, Tourette's, tic spasms, migraines, medical medium info. And the wild blueberry is how to get the metals out. So that's one thing. If you can't find the wild blueberry frozen, you get a wild blueberry product. That's the Vimergy. V as in Victor, IMERGY.com. Okay? Here's a wild blueberry product right here that I put in my smoothies. That's the Wyman's. I work with Wyman's. I'm not sponsored by Vimergy. I'm not sponsored by other supplement, whatever companies, but Wyman's, I actually work with them on trying to keep this product out there because it's incredible. Here it is, shop.wymans.com. You can see that. So what I do is I put the Vimergy wild blueberry powder in my smoothies with the cleanse. I put the frozen wild blueberries. I even put this in here too. Let's talk about other things you need. You need the cilantro. Gotta have the cilantro. The dulse, Atlantic dulse. If you can't find Atlantic dulse, you can hold it off for the cleanse. But if you can find it, home run. But it's okay if you don't have it. You still got enough to do what you gotta do. But you gotta have the spirulina. Gotta have the spirulina. So that's the Vimergy spirulina. Do not use chlorella. Do not use bentonite clay. Do not use zeolite. Do not use charcoal. These are fraudulent options. And they hurt people in a lot of ways. I've seen chlorella put a lot of children in hospitals because of bacteria. I don't care who the chlorella company is. I don't care if Santa Claus came down his sleigh and dropped that chlorella off. That stuff will put a child in a hospital. Because it can, and it has. Like, I just don't trust it. Diatomaceous earth is a nightmare. Nurse Jen, that stuff is a nightmare. That stuff is a nightmare, a bloody nightmare. Oh my God. Yeah, no, I would never recommend that in a million years. Okay. Celery, because celery juice is part of the heavy metal detox cleanse. Make sure you have a book so you know the details. The details matter. I don't trust the zeolites of today at all because there's a lot of non-edible zeolites that are basically like asbestos and they're mixed in the edibles. No one knows the difference. They're dusted. I don't trust any zeolites. I don't trust any zeolite companies anymore. This stuff doesn't remove metals out of the brain, and it's a scam. Target has wild blueberries right now. Wyman's wild blueberries, good. The frozen wild blueberries, incredible. Okay. The heavy metal detox smoothie, and I talk about it here, has always been safe for pregnant women, for breastfeeding. Ask your doctor if you're pregnant what's right for you, and if your doctor okays it, then you're good. But for my friends and family that got pregnant, the heavy metal detox smoothie I always recommend for my friends and family. You can ask your doctor what's right for you. But lots of pregnant women around the world use the heavy metal detox smoothie when they're breastfeeding, when they're pregnant. Yeah. Safe for children. They use it for children. Children get rid of autism, ADHD. They get rid of all kinds of tic spasms, Tourette's. They get rid of anxiety because of it. If you guys just got on here, watch the video from the beginning, so I see a lot of funny questions like, what about this or what about that? I'm like, dude, we're talking about the heavy metal detox cleanse and it starts tomorrow and we're doing preparations right now and we're doing this for free. Okay? So, yeah. Have what you need, get what you need. You got to have the book, $16.99. Get it free at the library if you want, but $16.99. Amazon.com US, 51% off. I'm saving this IG video to IGTV so you have the details of what we're doing for preliminary for getting ready for this detox cleanse. Yep. Okay. Where else do you get your toxic heavy metals? Soda. Sipping off that right there. Do you guys recognize that right there? You know how much aluminum you get from that? Because soda's acidic. And the minute it touches the top while you're sucking on that can, it's taking aluminum off. We can put so much aluminum in our bodies, in our organs, in our brain, just from drinking out of soda cans. Basically, you're sucking off of a toxic metal right there. So there's and the linings in cans, if they're even in half the cans, because they're not in half the cans, the linings, they crack, they fray, and they break. When the can cools off, it constricts, and then the lining breaks inside. And when the can warms up from your hand, or it's in the sun, or you're holding it, and you're warming it up out of the refrigerator, the can expands, and the lining breaks. You get metals from this all the time. We talked about copper stuff. Be cautious with the copper mugs, the copper products, the copper clothing, that right there. Copper jewelry. Stay away from the copper jewelry. You're getting poisoned. Okay? Copper's bad. All right, so there we get metals from scented candles. You breathe in the toxic heavy metals. You breathe it in. Anyone dealt with acne with too much B12? Acne is from Streptococcus, not from B12. It's from Streptococcus. That's why people have acne. So, and there's a lot of bad B12s. But a lot of bad B12s. Natural flavors in there, citric acid, alcohol, all kinds of garbage, and that's just to start with. The wrong kind of B12. All right, you guys, we're talking about the Heavy Metal Detox Cleanse Challenge. It's coming up, 3 days. Starting tomorrow. Starting tomorrow is day 1. Boom. And we're going to do 3 days. I'm excited about it. We get metals from the air we breathe, from chemtrails being dropped on us. We get metals from so many different avenues and places. I talked about food. You guys play around with aluminum foil when you eat with aluminum foil right here? Aluminum foil. That's right. You ever bundle it up when you were a kid like this? Your oils in your hands absorb it. Your parents have metals in them. They pass from sperm to egg, utero. They pass all the mercury and aluminum down onto the baby. That's how it's done. We come in here with metals. That's why we get the depersonalization, the anxiety, the depression, the Tourette's, the tic spasms, the OCD. That's another one right there. Yep. We get metals from a lot of different places. Dental work, fluoride, implants, composites. Did you guys know that regular composites that aren't mercury, the non-metal composites, still have metal in them? They still have metal in them. We can't run from the metal. We can't hide from the metals. We're loaded with metals. The tattoo ink, the composites, the dental composites, not the amalgam fillings, the dental composites, the ceramic ones, all of them. There's metals in all of it. We can't run from all that. Did you have a fluoride treatment in your life? We're loaded with metals. And the metals eat away. They eat away at everything. Insect, all you have to do is inhale a little bit of insect killer, because people do all the time. They spray it in their house. They inhale it from it being sprayed around their apartment buildings, their office buildings. Did you guys know at all the universities, the colleges you went to, all the universities, did you know all the grounds are covered with pesticides and insecticides? They spray it in the buildings. They spray it in all the dorm rooms. Did you guys know that before you enter your dorm rooms in the fall, did you know that every single one of your dorm rooms was filled with termite spray, ant spray, roach spray, spider spray? Did you know that? They send all the kids to school to just literally sit and bask in their little cubby holes in toxic spray, toxic insecticides. You guys have so much metal in you, you have no idea. And then the metal fillings, the mercury fillings too, right? What else? Tuna? You guys doing a lot of tuna? It's upside down on IG. Nothing I can do about it. On TikTok, you see that, right? What about tuna? How much tuna have you guys eaten? How much sushi are you guys eating, right? How much sushi, right? Probably a lot. Sushi, tuna. Guys, you're getting the mercury. How much fish oil? How much fish oil are you told to take? Do you know how much methyl mercury you got to your brain from all the fish oil? All that fish oil? You guys swallowed a lot of these, right? I bet. Swallowed a lot of these babies. Who's getting that metal out? That stuff's just sitting there rotting the brain for down the road. You're 55, 60 years old and you won't even know how to spell your name anymore, because it happens to so many people. They're just losing their minds. Sure, when you're 20 years old, 25 years old, it doesn't seem like it's going to be you, but guess what? It becomes you later on. It just does. It just does. It's just hardcore truth, man. So, and then there's pharmaceuticals. Victoria rising from the ashes, the heavy metal detox smoothie took away my social anxiety, helped me to make eye contact with people when talking to them, and took away my social awkwardness. Now I make friends everywhere I go. Incredible, Victoria. God bless you. Incredible. You guys want to post your healing stories and you want me to repost them so we can share them around the world and get the word out, and that's such a big deal. Make sure you hashtag medical medium. At the same time, you've got to tag at medical medium and hashtag medical medium, or I can't see it. If you just tag at medical medium but don't hashtag it as well, I'm not going to be able to see it. You have to do both. Tagging at medical medium and hashtagging on your stories, your Insta stories, and your posts, or I'm not going to be able to see it, so I won't be able to repost them, because that's what's happening. Instagram did this thing where if you don't do both, I can't see them, so then it's hard for me to find them lately. You have too many healing stories from AW Info. You seem fine to me, Chris. What's up? Grammy Monet says over 60, and it's helping me to think clearly from the heavy metal detox smoothie. That's proof in the pudding, man. That's proof in the pudding. So are you guys ready? That's the book right there, page 179, Heavy Metal Detox Cleanse. We're doing a three-day challenge coming up, the Heavy Metal Detox Cleanse Challenge, 3 days. Starting tomorrow, have your book, have your stuff, have your STUFF, man, your stuff. Have your shit so you can have your shit together. Amira says, I've healed so many conditions with your information. God bless you. I'm honored you're here. Just know that I appreciate everything you're doing for your health, the healing you're doing, the time and energy you spend on it. Just know that I believe in you and I'm proud of all you guys. You just need to know that when you guys put your effort and your energy into it and you're working hard, man, I stand behind you 100%. Earlier, you guys, I see questions about sushi. Yeah, that's where you get toxic heavy metals. It's sushi. It's a great place to get toxic heavy metals, of course. It's all the mercury. You guys know that? Yeah. B. Kilborn says, I can't have spirulina, so what can I do? Keep the spirulina out. Keep the spirulina out. Make sure the cilantro is there. Make sure Atlantic Dulce is in there. Make sure you got the frozen wild blueberries. Make sure you got the barley grass juice powder. You guys, proud of all of you. I'm really excited about this. It's coming up. This is the preliminary. This is to get you guys ready. Okay? I'm excited. I covered the whole thing about breastfeeding and pregnancy already. Yeah. And so here's something to talk about. Alternative options. If you don't like bananas, because you're going to need bananas for the cleanse, then make sure you have papaya or mango. You can get frozen mango. These are alternative options. If you don't like oranges, okay, fine. Then get some coconut water and make sure it's not pink or red so you have coconut water ready. Or water is an option if you don't like oranges because an orange goes in a smoothie. Make sure you have some apples, okay? Apples are important because apples bind on to the metal as it's spewing out of your bile duct. So eating some apple before noon is going to help, even if it's one bite. All part of it. The details matter. It's in here. I'm excited. So the goal is to get metals that are holding you back out of your brain and organs right there. It's to get mercury out of your brain. It's to get the metals out. That's the goal. Some mercury right here. Okay? I got some mercury in my hand. That mercury sits inside the brain and other organs like the liver. It gives you the depersonalization and the bipolar and the explosive anger fits and the mania and the anxiety and the crippling panic and the depression and the mild depression and the migraines and the Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, memory loss, the brain fog, the tics, the spasms, the Tourette's, the autism, the ADHD, metals. And then it contributes to your neurological Lyme, your multiple sclerosis, your ALS, your psoriatic arthritis, your rheumatoid arthritis, your Hashimoto's thyroiditis. It contributes to your chronic fatigue syndrome, ME, metals. All that's medical medium information. You don't got metal? You don't think you got metal? Okay? You don't think you got the mercury? You don't think you got any metal? All you got to do is breathe in perfume and you're getting metal inside your system. Metal is floating in the air you breathe every single day, spewing out of people's exhausts. If you even breathe in exhaust once, you're breathing in toxic heavy metals, petrochemicals, gasoline has metals. What do you think's happening? Your engine is made out of metal, pistons, valves, crankshaft, bearings. Your engine is made out of metal. Your exhaust fumes involve metal. Gasoline is metal. You breathe in metal all day, every day. Just going out there, go for a jog. You're going to breathe in everybody's exhaust. Who's getting the metal out? You think you're getting in shape, but you're not. You can be somebody that thinks you're getting in shape and you're cleaning your system out and detoxing, but you're taking in more metal. So who's getting the metals out? Perfumes, colognes, air fresheners, scented candles. Who's getting the metals out of you? You're breathing scented candles. You're breathing in all those metals. Scoliosis is from toxic heavy metals. Degenerative discs are from toxic heavy metals. Yeah. Spinal stenosis. Stenosis is from toxic heavy metals. Metals are behind our problems. I'm just forewarning you guys. We don't get them out, then we just keep them. And look, maybe you want to keep your metals. That's fine with me. You know, I don't want to push you guys to take your metals out. But I talked about it. Scented candles are loaded with metals. And just a reminder, you guys, tattoo ink is a big one. Huge one. Every time I see somebody inked up, I'm like, dude, you have no idea how that metal is going to get to that brain in the next 20 years. It just does it on a daily basis, but it's just going to fill your brain up. The reason why you can see a tattoo is because there's metal in it. There's no vegan, non-toxic ink that doesn't have toxic heavy metals in it. That's how it shines when the light hits it through your skin. It has to have a reflector or you won't be able to see it. Karen says, and only your explanation makes sense. I'm honored. It's info. There's a lot of copycats. There's a lot of people trying to copycat now. There's podcast doctors talking about metals and psoriasis, but there's no science behind it. It came from I'm the first person who published it. SLK, how is scoliosis tied with toxic heavy metals? Metals can do not only degenerate discs, because that's what metals do. They break bones down. Okay? Scoliosis is something that occurs early on, and that's from metals from utero. That's from sperm to egg, utero, and metals very early on. And the spine gets saturated with toxic heavy metals when you're a baby developing. So what it is your spine is developing with metals in them, and that's how scoliosis occurs. Copycats are pushing chlorella. Chlorella is bad. Very, very bad. Very bad. And I feel so bad for people who get sucked into chlorella because they see something about it and they read BS jargon that was literally put out by the chlorella people. It's so sad. Anyway, your brain fills up with metal, and then we have all those problems. We have all those communication problems. We got thought problems. We got brain fog problems. We just get problems. Anxiety, panic, depression. We just get problems. We do. And it gets really, really bad. Really bad. And our brain just gets filled with those metals. There it is. How do we get them out? Guess what? Millions are already. Proof's in the pudding. There's healing stories around the world. Millions of people doing the heavy metal detox cleanses. Millions of books got around the world, you guys. It's the #1 health books in the world are medical medium books. Okay, it paved the way to get metals out of people. And we're doing a free heavy metal detox cleanse challenge for the next 3 days. I'm pumped. Today's the preliminary. How cool is that? Can't wait. Look, I'm not even fooling around today. I'm not pulling out props to fool around. I'm not grabbing stuffed animals and like jumping up and down and doing dog waiting for a bone. I'm here because, listen, you guys, you don't want to miss this and you want to be prepared. It's the next 3 days. Do you have the book? Boom. Amazon.com US 51% off, $16.99. It's an angelic price because it costs more to print the book. Get the book, page 179. Page 179. Heavy metal detox cleanse. Do yourself a treat. Do your body something good. Okay? Important. Toxic heavy metals and pathogens cause chronic illness. When you pull out the metals, the pathogens can't cause as much damage. That's why people heal. So you either pull out the metals or kill the viruses or do both. The metal, toxic heavy metal, the heavy metals inside of us can come out. We can take them out. We can take them out. When we take them out, man, we start to heal. I love it. So you guys ready? Get your frozen wild blueberries. If you can't find frozen wild blueberries, get your wild blueberry product. Wild blueberry product. That's the Vimergy wild blueberry powder. Vimergy, Vimergy.com. Vimergy.com. Here's the Wyman's wild blueberry product. The liquid. I call it liquid gold, baby. Right? Shop.wymans.com. The wild blueberry juice. I put that in there. If you can't get wild blueberries, I put it in anyway. I put all this in. I put the Vimergy in and the stuff, but it's whatever. People can do what they can pick one if they want. And then do you have the cilantro? Fresh cilantro right there. Do you have the dulse? If you can't find the Atlantic dulse, keep it out. We can do the cleanse without it, but I like it if we have it. Right? Alicia says, love your optimism. It's giving me so much hope. I'm excited for you, truly. The book answers so many questions on TikTok. I just saw that there. The book answers so many questions, you guys. Health of Liz, you love the wild blueberry juice? I'm addicted to it. I can't live without it, actually. BB Akaro, what's up? Yeah, Wyman's is shipping really fast these days. Shop.wymans.com. Healing with Medical Medium has been life-changing. So grateful. TikTok. First launcher is the key, Marissa. Marissa, what's up? You guys, I'm pumped. Dayhart says, what about Ayurveda and TCM that say no cold drinks? Did you hear anything about all this? Just wondering. I'm glad you're here. But did you hear about all this, about how to get the metals out, what you need, all the things and all that? It's just listen to the whole video from the beginning or watch the whole video from the beginning after it's posted. Because cold drink won't matter about getting metals out of your brain and you getting Alzheimer's, dementia down the road. Okay? So whether you know, TCM or anything else, or whether, you know, whoever with cold or not, do you want metals? Okay, I'll just, you know what, I'll just worry about cold stuff and then I'll get all the metals in me and then I'll end up with Alzheimer's and anxiety, depression, crippling anxiety, bipolar, depersonalization, memory loss, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, dementia, right? Just to name a few, never mind migraines, trigeminal neuralgia, and all these other problems. Metals play a role. They play a role. Viruses and metals, they play a role. You get the metals out and things get better. Tourette's, you know, Tourette's is metals to the brain. It's mercury to the brain, you guys. Okay? If you don't want it cold, let it all sit out. How about that? If you're worried about it being cold, I like my smoothie cold. But keep the frozen wild blueberries out for a couple of hours. Defrost them. Keep them defrosted overnight if you want. If you don't want it cold, make sure the fruit's not cold that goes in your smoothie. Make a warm smoothie. Cold factor. I know that you're a believer in medical meme information. I saw that. The cold factor doesn't play a big role, okay? Like, you need to know something. Everything you hear out there has been out there, and nobody got better. You have to understand that years ago, people poured into my office who saw 50 doctors around the world, people flying on private jets that have access to the best healthcare in the world, right? Coming to my office. All walks of life coming to my office. They all came with the same stuff, same information. Is cold not good? Whether it's not good or not isn't going to make or break us getting metals out of your brain for you to heal or killing off viruses so you don't have severe fatigue. That's all. You know? Eating something icy cold or something too hot isn't ideal. You want it more, you know, room temp, but that's not a make or break to getting you recovered. That's what I mean. So important to know. So important to know. I mean, honestly. We can get the metals out, and that's the key. Getting the metals out, that's the key. Okay? It's a big deal. But thank you for even mentioning it. Yeah, you don't have to suck something down icy cold. No. And is it damaging? It's not damaging. Here's how it works. Just so that you know why I'm even saying any of this. Because I saw the cold thing come up, right? You can let your smoothie warm up before, you know, like get it to room temperature if you're worried. But here's how it works. Anything you eat or drink that's icy cold has to warm up in your tummy, right? Your body has to bring it to a certain temperature. Anything hot, your body has to cool it, right? So yeah, it means your food might sit in you for a few more minutes, but it's not going to make or break you healing or getting sick or staying sick. Healing is about fixing the root problems, getting metals out from the brain, getting metals out from the liver, making sure your bile is heavy metal free that's coming out of your liver, making sure the viruses are killed off, making sure you're cleaning up. That's the whole point. And then if you want to eat something cold, you can eat something cold. You want to eat something hot, you can eat something hot. But you get the metals out and you got rid of your depression, your anxiety, and all these problems. That's the whole point. I think you saw Michelle L on TikTok. Good to see you. So you guys, let's go back into this. Let's move through it. We're live right now on IG. We're live on TikTok, you guys. We're getting ready for the Heavy Metal Detox Cleanse Challenge. That's what this is all about. This is the preliminary. This is about getting you guys ready. Do you have the book right here? Can we still rid the metals if we have tattoos? Here's the whole point. You can have tattoos. And what the goal is to get rid of the metals that go into the organs from your tattoos. Tattoo is a time release of metals. When you get ink, you guys, I'm going to show you my ink tomorrow, okay? I'm going to show you guys my ink tomorrow. So we're doing the cleanse challenge starting tomorrow. I'm going to show you my ink tomorrow, okay? Just because you have ink, right, doesn't mean you can't remove the metals from your organs that the ink releases as a time release over time. That's what happens. When you get your ink, it's releasing metals every day for the rest of your life. You got to do the metal remover, Heavy Metal Detox Smoothie Cleanse or the smoothie, because you're gathering any ink that's released from the derma, from your tattoos, to stop it from going to the brain or to get it out of the brain if it went to the brain. That's how it works. You're going to have metals. You're going to be always up against metals. You're going to be always, having metals. Vegan ink is not metal free. If I hear that one more time, it's just like it's going to pop another brain cell of mine or two from the stress. Vegan ink is not metal free. There's no metal free tattoo ink. You can go to some dude who thinks he's got his crap all together, a tattoo artist who says, this is the best ink out there, it's toxic, it's animal free, it's vegan free, it's cruelty free. It's not heavy metal free. It's not heavy metal free. I'm sorry, you guys. Your ink's loaded with metal. That's how it pops out of your skin. You can't use tattoo ink without having metal in it, or you will not see it pop. The light reflection going onto your tattoo through your skin is how you see it. It has to reflect it off the metal. When your tattoo dude is doing that tattoo in you, and he's using the red and the black, and he's using the orange, he's using all the colors, that's all metal reflecting off light. They can't make tattoo ink without toxic heavy metals because you can't reflect light onto it. You won't be able to see it. You know what's sad is the amount of screw over that's going on out there. Even vegan inks will show you heavy metal tests, and there's metals in them. And there's more than what they show you too, because it's not independently tested. Independent test of ink shows, vegan inks show metals off the chart. Holy crap. It doesn't mean your tattoos are bad. Like, oh my God, I got tattoos. What am I going to do? I'll cut off my arms. No. I'll cut off my legs. No. It doesn't mean that. It just means, are you doing something about the metals that leach out as a time release from your ink for years to come? Are you doing something about it? What are you doing? That's what it means. The screw overs are insane. The amount of screw over that happens. Oh no, this vegan ink is so great. Okay, meanwhile it's loaded with metal because no one's telling you can't see the ink unless it has metal in it. You guys, you can't see the tattoo ink in your skin if it doesn't have metal. It has to have metal for the light to reflect off the tattoo ink. Why does he say it's optional to start chipping away at troublemaker foods to get even better results? What do you mean, why do I say that? I say that you can go as far as you need to go with medical medium information. If you're really sick and you got 50, 60 symptoms, you can not only get rid of metals, but you can kill off viruses. You can really take yourself further and further down the line of anywhere you need to go. But the heavy metal detox smoothie has been known to give people results regardless, no matter what. It's part of it. And the heavy metal detox cleanse says that yes, you can also get rid of some troublemaker foods. So you can get more metals out quicker, or even get viruses out and go a little further and further. But that's up to how you feel. So there's people that do the heavy metal detox smoothie, boom, that's all they needed to do. And they did that and they got rid of all their symptoms. And there's other people that are so sick and toxic that they wanted to go a little bit further because they got serious problems, like some serious multiple sclerosis and some other problems. I like having options so people can heal no matter what and go as far as they need to go down the line. What about mushrooms? Lion mane, cordyceps, shiitake mushrooms. Mushrooms are great, but it doesn't get out metals. Mushrooms don't get toxic heavy metals out, you guys. I mean, those are medicinal mushrooms. I like those. Yeah. Okay. Given the last couple of minutes, so let's go through the breakdown. Let's cover it real quick, you guys. First of all, we're live right now. I'm getting you guys ready for the Heavy Metal Detox Cleanse Challenge. It starts tomorrow. It's for the next 3 days. It's a challenge. It's on. If you guys want to post your stories, help others, and get the word out there, hashtag Medical Medium, but also you have to say at Medical Medium. You have to tag at Medical Medium and hashtag together. I won't see it. Insta story too, including posts. Loon L, what's up? Results are so good. My life has changed so much in just 1 year since I found this information. Loon L, incredible. Is 14 karat gold jewelry okay? Yes, it is. It's not a toxic heavy metal. It's not a toxic heavy metal. It's okay on your skin, yeah. It is. It's not aggressive. 14 karat gold jewelry has metals in it. It'll have silver in it, sometimes copper, but it still has a lot of gold in it, so that really helps. BV Carl says 18 karat gold is best, and she's right. 18 karat gold is the best. Yeah. But 14K is okay. Copper jewelry is a nightmare. Copper jewelry is a nightmare. Just straight copper. Copper jewelry is a nightmare, you know? That's a nightmare, that copper jewelry. Terrible. Right, bad. All right, you guys, we covered a lot of cool stuff. Make sure you're armed with the information. The details matter. Page 179, Cleanse to Heal. We're doing the Heavy Metal Detox Cleanse Challenge. Get the book. You won't make a mistake getting the book. Anyone who doesn't have the book, you should have this book, and you'll never be sorry that you got this book. When you read it, your mind will be blown. Heavy Metal Detox cleanses in there. 3 days we're doing it. Seizures is metals. Seizures is metals, toxic heavy metals. Seizures, tremors. That's toxic heavy metals. Make sure you have the supplies you need. Watch this video from the beginning if you don't. What about birth control? I know the copper IUD, look, it's everybody's decision to do whatever they're going to do. But I mean, I would be concerned about the copper, the copper IUDs. Personally, I would be concerned. I mean, you do what your doctor tells you, but yeah, I would be concerned. Okay, if I had to have a copper IUD in me, for some reason, if I had to have one in there, all right? So say I had a copper IUD, I would be doing that. And I had to keep the copper IUD because that's a decision I made in my life, and I had no choice. Because I hear that from a lot of women. They say I have no choice. I have to have the copper IUD. I just have to. That's it, you know. And I hear that a lot, right? I started feeling really unwell after having the copper IUD, Victoria, rising from the ashes. I wouldn't want the copper IUD personally. But if I had no choice because my husband said you got to have it, because I hear that from women all the time, or and I just you have to have it for some reason, then I would be doing a heavy metal detox smoothie. I'd be working on getting the copper out of the other areas because it leaches. Copper leaches. So I'd be doing a heavy metal detox cleanse or the cleanse or the smoothie every day. K. Charb said, I had horrible copper IUD experience. I pulled it out. Yeah, I know. I mean, I hear that all the time. All the time. I just saw marijuana. You know the thing about marijuana, just so you guys know, it's toxic heavy metals laced in marijuana. I've been saying that for 35 years. For all the dope smokers and weed smokers, everybody who's just smoking, smoking pot, whatever, you just got to know how much toxic heavy metal went inside of you. No matter what way you ate the pot or put it in brownies or smoked it or whatever you did, or using it for medical use or recreational use, it's all toxic heavy metals. It's all always laced on. Weed is the highest in metals there are. There's no weed that's not saturated with toxic heavy metals. And you're just like mainlining it to your brain. It's like, or whatever, you're going to use the vaporize, whatever it is, you're just going to, even organic weed is loaded with metals. It's the highest metal crop there is weed. It's amazing. Someone will be like, don't drink celery juice, but they're smoking weed. don't drink celery juice, man, whatever you do. It's bad for you. Don't listen to him. But make sure I'm on lots of caffeine and lots of weed. Anyway, you guys, next 3 days is the Heavy Metal Detox Cleanse Challenge. It's the next 3 days. Have the book, page 179. Critical information and details are there. Cold White Spring says, where does the metals come from in weed? Oh my God. Okay, it's not just the soil, but it's the fertilizers they use for weed, because they're all trying to make jumbo weed. All the growers want to make jumbo weed. Even the small growers, like people who are growing it, they just want jumbo weed. So you wouldn't believe the fertilizers they use and what's in that fertilizer, the amount of metals in that fertilizer that are in that, because they want the biggest buds. That's what it's about. And that's one reason. And then when it's not organic, the other thing is organic weed, it doesn't have, just so you know, it's not like organic. They can lie and say they're organic. They can lie and say they're organic. Did you guys know that? They're not under the same restrictions and the same jurisdictions of your organic lettuce, where you can't lie with organic lettuce. Number one. Number two is non-organic weed is really laced. Here's another thing too. Organic weed, they use pesticides. They still use pesticides on organic weed, laced with toxic heavy metals. They use what's called like a milder pesticide. And the list goes on of why it's loaded with metals. Yeah. Anyway, this isn't about picking on weed smokers. It's not it. I don't do this stuff. I never smoke weed. I don't touch the stuff. I'm not into it. It's bad for the brain. It kills the brain. I know that bothers a lot of people when I say it, because we protect our vices. I get it. We fight for our vices. But I'm just saying that this isn't I'm not trying to pick on people. Yeah, caffeine. Coffee. Yeah, coffee's not metal free. Of course it is. Coffee is metal. There's metals in coffee, of course. They don't test metals in coffee, but there's metals in coffee. No one tries to make coffee look bad. Green tea and coffee is put on a pedestal and not made look bad. Yeah, it's got metals in it. The caffeine industry protects that. They don't let anything get out the running gate. Caffeine is toxic on its own. We already know that. So we're talking about bringing our lives back. We're talking about healing. People around the world have gotten their lives back. All around the world do the Heavy Metal Detox Cleanse and Heavy Metal Detox Smoothies. If you guys wonder where you are and you just landed here through a time machine, or you just landed here out of the ether and you're here right now, just know that has saved lives. This book has saved lives. The Heavy Metal Detox Cleanse, the Heavy Metal Detox Smoothies, all through the years have saved lives. People are getting their lives back. They're getting rid of their anxiety. They're getting rid of their crippling depression and all kinds of other problems. Make sure you have the book. Have your homework. Have your homework, you guys. Have it ready. And then make sure you got your stuff ready, man. STUFF, your stuff. Yeah. So, all right, you guys. Wild blueberries. Make sure you got your frozen wild blueberries ready for the next 3 days. If you can't get a hold of fried wild blueberries, frozen wild blueberries, make sure you got your wild blueberry product. That's the Vimergy wild blueberry powder. Stuff is like liquid gold, man. It's incredible. Not liquid gold, but powder gold. Right? There it is. Make sure you have that. If you can't find the wild blueberries, right? That's the Vimergy. I'm not sponsored, but the product is incredible. I'm going to talk about what it does for you guys, meaning what the smoothie does, how it works in your brain in the next 3 days. I'm going to give you guys the details, the gory details on the metals inside your brain and organs, how the smoothie works, how it takes it out of your body. You guys are going to hear all the nitty gritty, man. It's going to be insane. Okay? Make sure you have your cilantro. Make sure you got your celery. Just lost my cilantro. Make sure you got your celery. Celery juice is part of this cleanse. Make sure you got your bananas. If you're not a banana person, go with options. Watch this from the beginning so you know your options. Make sure you got your apples. Oh no. I lost my apple. Now I'm going to have to eat it. It's got a bruise on it. Page 179, Carito. Drink caffeine if you want to lose your hair, alopecia, and teeth. Man, does it ever. So many people suffer from it and don't even know. The caffeine addiction just annihilates them over time, and their bones become brittle from it. Caffeine is the bone brittle maker. So people just crack their heads on their sidewalk when they're 72 years old when they didn't have to crack their skull open. When they're 55 years old, they go skiing when they're 55 and they think they're really healthy and they hit a tree and their head's fractured. You guys, because we lose our calcium in our bones from caffeine. That's another story. All right. We know what we're doing. We're getting there. So you guys prepared? You guys got your spirulina? You guys watch this from the beginning if you're not prepared. My vision seems to be clear after drinking the heavy metal detox smoothie. Nicola, that's because you're removing toxic heavy metals. You're removing toxic heavy metals. Candy Kuzo says, just got Celery Force so much clarification. Oh, I'm on Celery Force right now. It's Vimergy Celery Force. Yep. Miranda says, we're here for the nitty gritty. Big time, it's going to happen. What about mercury fillings? I talk about in the medical medium books about mercury fillings, okay? You get one out at a time if you want them out. If I had a mercury filling, so I've never had a mercury filling, right? If I had a mercury filling, I would leave it in if it's not broken, cracked, or dissolving, or a cracked tooth or an injury with the tooth, and I would leave it in. But if it has to come out because it's starting to get loose or it's falling apart or anything, then yeah, I would have it taken out, but I wouldn't take out more than one at a time. Noel says, oh my God, he's trying to make money. Come on. He has no idea we have an cannabinoid system. Oh, an endo? Well, I'm just trying to make money? Okay, sure. Well, how about if I charge for the cleanse then? Okay, $3,000 a ticket, promote it for 6 months. Yep, get 1 million people there to pay $3,000 for a ticket. Well, and do that, okay? Yeah, and sure. Yeah, pot fixes everyone. Yeah, okay, real smart move. Yeah, unbelievable. Yeah, pot gets rid of your multiple sclerosis, huh? So pot gets rid of your Parkinson's. I didn't know that. Pot gets rid of your fatigue. Pot gets rid of your brain fog. Sure. Okay. Pot gets rid of your severe depression. Okay. Yeah. Gets rid of it for 5 minutes, and then it comes back worse than ever. Pot gets rid of your RA and your Hashimoto's. Yeah. Pot fixes everything. Real smart. Yeah. Oh, weed fixes everything, man. It's the medicine of all time. Sure. Okay. Then you know what? Pot slows people down. I got a friend who's still smoking pot. You should see his house. And you should see his life. And you should see his wife that left him. Yeah. Pot did him a lot of good. God. Guy sat there stoking his pot at the coffee table for freaking 10 years and his wife just said, F you. And she walked out. She was done being a slave to pot. Brandon says it never healed me in 13 years. It doesn't. It doesn't heal anybody. Pot doesn't fix anybody. Yeah, I get it. If you're like suffering from a disease and you don't know how to heal it and you just need the pot to try to like use it to try to dumb down some of the pain, I get it. I'm not making fun of anybody about pot. It's a Band-Aid. I get it. Marijuana is a Band-Aid for people who are really sick. I mean, yeah, I get it. But man, does it also worsen people in a lot of ways, man. Yeah. Yeah, pot is a great ambition killer. You know what I love about pot? You can talk about like all these things you want to do in your life. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Let me just get some, what? Yeah, man. You dated a pothead, Amy? Amy Rose, you dated a pothead, never again? Yeah, you know why? They got big aspirations. Oh my God, that's good stuff. Oh my God. Yeah. You guys, I promised I wasn't going to fool around today. I was just going to focus on like the things, the facts, and the things to do, like how the heavy metal detox cleanse has saved lives around the world. How the heavy metal detox smoothie has to get you guys ready for your wild blueberries and for your heavy metal detox cleanse. To make sure you have the book, but I can't help myself. So now I'm fooling around, man. You guys got me fooling around. How you need the spirulina. How you got to have your cilantro ready, your celery. We're doing the cleanse. Music for Ballerina says, I dated a few potheads, never again. Yeah, I mean, yeah, here's the problem with potheads. Is like, unless you're like a really rich pothead, like you're this dude that comes from a lot of money and you never had to like work hard, and you're like, you know, your family has a ton of money and you smoke pot, and then you marry that dude or something, and he might have a lot of money or something, so he can, just for some reason, he can afford just smoking his pot and being stupid, right? But if you just like, you know, unless you're like filthy rich, like your family's like, their family's super rich, and you can just sit there and smoke pot and really not really like do anything and focus on like trying to like get things done, then yeah, I guess you can do that. But like, man, it's like the pot thing. Like, let's just sit around by campfire and we'll talk about the stars and be like, yeah. Okay. Yeah, pot's like the answer to everybody's problems. Pot's like the answer to everything. You know, if they were, pot's like will end world hunger, man. Did you know did you know that pot can end world hunger in a second? Hey, man, dude, did you know pot can did you know the planet's flat? Did you know the planet's flat? I mean, they got scientific proof that the planet's not round. Did you know, man, they got scientific proof that the planet's flat? Huh, man? Did you know there's like serpents in the ocean, man? Did you know that? Did you know that alien spacecraft started? Did you know that? Yeah, it's fun. I mean, I don't smoke pot, but I get it. But whatever. All right, you guys. Then when you get chronic fatigue syndrome from a virus and you get like too many toxic heavy metals and your ass is sick, and that pot, you know, thing gonna get you out of that. I can't help myself today. You guys, are you guys excited? Because we're doing the cleanse challenge tomorrow. It's gonna be for 3 days. You guys have what you need. Anybody coming on here, watch this from the beginning. All right? Notice Lynn, love you too. You're amazing. Oh wait, please start with the smoothie and how to proceed. Okay, so let's get into it. Lemon water. You're going to be doing 16 to 32 ounces of lemon water, right? Right? Then you're going to wait 15 to 30 minutes and you're going to be doing celery juice. Thank you for asking that. I'm back on track. I'm sorry about the pot stuff. That pot is just messing up my head. I'm sorry. It's getting me confused. And just look. 16 to 32 ounces of celery juice, right? Wait 15 to 30 minutes, and then you're in the heavy metal detox smoothie. And you need bananas, you need oranges, okay? Bananas and oranges. You need your spirulina, you need a little dulse. If you can't find dulse, that's okay, keep it out. I'm all right with that, if we have to. But it's a home run when you have it, and it's okay if you don't have it. We're going to have enough. You got your cilantro, boom. You got your Barley Grass juice powder. You got your wild blueberry powder. And I'm going to show you how to do it starting tomorrow morning. Not tomorrow morning, but tomorrow. You can do like, you know, you just need your stuff. I sound like I'm on pot right now. I sound like I'm high. You need your book. The details are in there. Do you have the book? The Medical Medium Cleanse to Heal book. It's $16.99. Get it free at the library if you can, but you might be waiting for 6 months. That's what I heard the other day. So just Amazon.com US is 51% off. Make sure you have this. Marissa, home run. Make sure you have this. Page 179. It's in here. All the details are in there, you guys. We're going to be doing the lemon water, the celery juice, the heavy metal detox smoothie. We're going to have our apples. And then we might even do something else. Incredible. A bit judgmental? Sorry. So what do you want me to smoke pot now? Do you want me to just to make friends? So you want me to make friends with everybody? I'm not in the business of making friends. I'm in the business of having the chronically ill, people who are chronically ill, having their back. I'm in the business of having their back, watching their back, looking out for them. That's what I'm. Pot is not a healing tool. I'm sorry. So I'm not being judgmental. Chris says truth hurts. Yeah. I'm not being judgmental at all. I got good friends that smoke pot, whatever. I mean, what? I'm not going to be their friends because they smoke pot? That would be judgmental. You know? So it's like what? Just because you want me to smoke pot now? Is that what you want me to do? You want me to go get some pot? I'll go smoke some pot. Is that what you want me to do now? It's really what happens when people smoke. Like, you haven't seen it before? You think I was born yesterday? I was born yesterday? Like, that's what happens with pot. Like, what? Am I supposed to be, like, standoffish? Watch out, because there's so many people in health that smoke pot. You don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. Okay. You know how many people hate me anyway? They're jealous and they hate me. They hate that millions of books went around the planet and they changed literally chronic illness forever in history. You know how many people hate me anyway? They're jealous. Do you know how many podcast doctors hate me and they're jealous? Do you know how many people talk shit about me? Do you know how many people make stories up? You know how many people say terrible things about me? What? You want me to try to not step on anybody's toes? What? I won't say nothing about pot. Okay, because I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. It's either you have the chronically ill, you have their back, and you look out for them, or you don't. I don't care about anybody else. I care about making sure people rise out of the ashes and get out of that hell they're in. You know? That's what I care about. That's what it's about. And guess what? The Heavy Metal Detox movie has done that for so many. And guess what? The Heavy Metal Detox Cleanse has done it for so many. And that's right. That's right. I'm not going to get this... You know what? I'm not going to get Dr. Nesbitt out. Did you know Dr. Nesbitt smokes pot? Did you know he smokes pot? He's a major pothead, Dr. Nesbitt. I don't even know if Dr. Nesbitt's around. Let's see if I can get him out of surgery. Dr. Nesbitt, can I get you out of surgery, please? Dr. Nesbitt, can you get out of surgery? Dr. Nesbitt, can you get out of surgery, please? All right, Dr. Nesbitt, he's out of surgery and he's smoking a gigantic... Dr. Nesbitt is smoking a gigantic spliff. He's smoking a spliff. He's smoking a blunt. Dr. Nesbitt, what do you think about pot? You're a pothead, right? You want me to hold your spliff? No? You don't want to let it go? Oh my God, you need that pot. Does it help you with surgery? It depends. You cut out the wrong organ? Dr. Nesbitt said he cut out the wrong organ. He removed a woman's kidney when he was supposed to remove her appendix. He said he was stoned and he removed their kidney instead of their appendix. He said he was stoned. He's sucking down a spliff right now. Dr. Nesbitt, what do you think about the person that says I'm judgmental? Don't call them psycho. They're not psycho. They're fine. They thought I was judgmental. He said they're not psycho. I know you're a board certified psychiatrist too and a surgeon, but just don't do that. He's stoned. Dr. Nesbitt is freaking stoned off his ass. Dr. Nesbitt, are you going to be okay for the rest of the surgery you're doing? You got a patient on the table now? Dr. Nesbitt says he has a patient on the table and he's definitely too stoned right now. He's had so much weed today. He's had way too much weed. Yeah, Dr. Nesbitt, is anybody going to show up at my Heavy Metal Detox Cleanse? Or are they going to all be mad at me because everybody's stoned? Dr. Nesbitt says no one should show up at my cleanse. Why? Because he's mad at me because he smokes weed and he says everybody should just ignore the cleanse, ignore me. You don't want anybody better? He says he wants people better. He wants them to come onto his operating table and he will make them better with a knife. Edgy humor? hits deeper and opens, edgy humor hits deeper and opens our ears, even when it kicks our egos in the teeth. Oh my God. Oh, Dr. Nesbitt, don't put that pot on the celery stick. Oh God, Dr. Nesbitt. Dr. Nesbitt, well, how big is my ego? It is? I have a really big ego? What? Dr. Nesbitt says I have a huge ego and I'm arrogant. I'm a pompous asshole. That's terrible. And that, you know what? That's just awful to say that. Dr. Nesbitt, do you have an ego? Dr. Nesbitt says he's ego-free. He has no ego. So I have the ego? Yes, I do, huh? Big-ass ego I got, huh? What else do I have? What? Just terrible things to say. All right. Dr. Nesbitt's got to go back to surgery. Okay, Dr. Nesbitt's got to go back to surgery. All right, you head back to surgery, Dr. Nesbitt. Please don't kill that patient. All right, I'll take your in here. You guys, Medical Medium, Cleanse to Heal, have it. Have your homework ready. Next 3 days, we're doing the Heavy Metal Detox Cleanse. Is that what it is? Heavy Metal Detox Cleanse Challenge. Are you going to be there? Celery juice, lemon water, heavy metal detox smoothie. Have the book with you. I'm going to go into the nitty gritty, the dirty details of what happens with the metals, how we get them out, all that. We're going to talk about all the fun. Make sure you got your spirulina. Make sure you got your wild blueberry products. If you can't get the wild blueberries, frozen wild blueberries. Dear Lord, help me. I'm going to need lots of wild blueberries. Bananas, have them ready. If you don't want bananas, use frozen mango. I'll baby you guys all I can. Give you options. If you don't like bananas, then we'll do something else. But I want you guys to heal 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. 4 p.m. Eastern tomorrow for the next 3 days. Tell everybody about the Cleanse to Heal book. Please get them into the Cleanse to Heal book. We're going to be live on YouTube, Facebook at 4 o'clock Eastern, 1 o'clock Pacific. Then around 5:30, we are going to be live on IG and, of course, TikTok all the time. And, of course, Clubhouse. You guys are excited? Love you guys. Nourish yourself, says Dear Lord. Dear Lord. God bless you guys. You know I care. You know I love you. You know I do. Sorry about fooling around today. I promised I wouldn't fool around. And I promised I'd just be all straight about everything, but couldn't help it. All right. I love you guys. I really do. And just know that I care about everything you're doing. I'm proud of you. Remember the healing stories? You guys got healing stories, I'll repost. But you got a hashtag at Medical Medium, hashtag Medical Medium, and do at Medical Medium too. Both those things for me to even see it on the IG, for me to repost it on the Insta stories or post it. To Insta story and do the same thing for both of those and posts. All right. That's it. Love you guys. I will see you tomorrow. God bless.